And one of the judges told me, he said, it was close between the two, but when I saw how overcome you were with feeling, that really made me want to give you the prize. So, luck me out. Okay. This is an erased poem. I do quite a few of erased poems, and I even teach. You take a poem that you really love and you erase. It's based on Richard Rauschenberg's, I don't know if you know this, he did an erased drawing by de Kooning. So Rauschenberg was a young up-and-coming artist, pretty well known, but getting his way, and de Kooning was a very famous, established author, artist, and Rauschenberg admired him and asked him for a drawing. And de Kooning said, sure, I'll give you a drawing. Why do you want it? And he said, because I want to erase a lot of it. And de Kooning said, okay, sure. So he gave him the drawing, and then Rauschenberg put it up in his show, and he called it An Erased Drawing by de Kooning by Richard Rauschenberg. And he has a wonderful epigraph in which he describes that he feels when you erase 70% of something, when you erase a significant portion of something, you make it into something else just by erasing. And I thought that sounded like a natural to do with poetry. So I did it with a friend of mine, Ilya Kaminsky's poem. He wrote a poem called A Prayer for Authors. And I did it, and I was in a poetry group at the time, and I submitted this, and everybody loved it. And I remember the poet laureate from Massachusetts, she said, how did you get the idea for this poem? And I told her it's an erased poem. And she was horrified, and she said, well, don't do that to any of my poems. I own the words that I use, and you're not allowed to erase any of them. So anyway, but this is called A Prayer for Authors. Ilya liked it, by the way. I walk the same blind surrender over and over. Can I live is a kind of petition. I run on edge through rooms holding the white furniture of prayer, a cross, a poem, a flag. I have to carry them without asking what dance this is. To sleep, I have to move in front of the mirror and praise a language in which music is a madness that will not disturb us. I want to wake up. I want to speak about the year I lived, Lord, the darkest music of your actual streets, the mine of my days. But who will I speak for? Myself? This dead animal, my body? To speak what this is, I must leave the page empty. Okay. So